Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be looking at a match, just a game actually, not a match. The third game of a match between my Spright deck as well as a Snake Eye Fire King deck. So first of all, before I jump into the video, I want to quickly thank all of you guys. A lot of you guys commented on my last couple of videos showing your support, and I really appreciate that, so thank you very much. If you have any other video ideas or anything you want me to cover, please let me know, and I'll do my best to try and find footage, or I'll try to explain whatever it is that needs to be explained. For those of you who are asking for deck lists, I don't have one that I want to make public just yet because I'm still working on a deck list myself. I guess I could show you like the scraps that I'm not the scraps, like the draft that I currently have for my deck, but I'm still playing around with a couple of spots and a couple of cards that I'm, questioning whether or not I should be playing them in the first place. But yeah, if you guys want to see that, just let me know and maybe I'll make a video potentially. But without further ado, actually, let me give you some premise behind this video as well first. So I wanted to showcase this last match because I wanted to show how we can recur Shifter, and exactly how strong Shifter can be against the opposing deck, the Fire King Snake Eye deck, and how good of a board we can still make under it without the Angler, without the Beaver, etc. Without the Angler and the Sprint to dump Angler. Let's jump into it. So we are going first here, and I just want to note that when we are going first, typically we don't want to run Shifter unless the Shifter absolutely cooks the opposing deck, right? For example, against here or against, well, in this case, Fire King and Snake Eye, it would absolutely demolish their deck, which is the only reason why I'm keeping it in the main deck, because it does hurt our deck quite a lot as well. Against a deck like Vanadium, I definitely would not recommend running it because they can still make a formidable board against you, and it would only result in you killing yourself probably, unless they open really poorly. And so Shifter in the main deck only for certain matchups. Unfortunately, we did draw the Angler as well, but it doesn't really matter as much because we have Shifter. And yeah, let's jump into it. So we've got main one, summon Fenrir, and then we'll go Fenrir effect here. So I accidentally viewed deck, but I forgot to trigger the D-Shifter. Don't forget to trigger D-Shifter just to play around draw. Draw does hurt quite a bit. Go Shifter here. It also gives you draw protection and Baylor protection, which is quite nice. I guess I only Fenrir'd here first instead of using Shifter to bait out a potential Veiler, but they probably would not use it there anyways, but just in case, right, it wouldn't hurt. We'll go Beaver here, special the Angler. So the reason why I said it doesn't matter if you draw the Angler here is because normally if you open Beaver and Angler, the Beaver summons out the second Angler from deck, which means you can't sprint dump an Angler anymore unless you put back the Angler in your hand using a card like Herald. Herald is actually really good in that case as well. So there are certain uses for Herald where you can like add back, maybe let's say we overlay these two Gigantic, let's say Shifter isn't live, right? Overlay these two Gigantic, Gigantic effective summon, pitching the Beaver, summon blue, Jet, and then you go blue, search Jet, Jet searches, I don't know, like a Smashes or a Starter, and then we'll overlay those two into Herald. You can then use Herald's effect, detaching for cost, targeting the Nimble Beaver or the blue if you want that back for next turn, putting back the Angler, and then you can use the Gigantic and the Herald to overlay to link off into Sprint to dump 2, and then special summon 2 Beavers and you combo from there as per usual. So you're using one extra monster to essentially put back the Angler and then have your entire engine come back online. But typically, otherwise, if you have both Beaver and Angler, it's quite painful. But that is the out to that. So here we go, overlay into Gigantic. So yes, they don't have any hand traps, and yes, it would have hurt a lot if they chose to Ash this or Imperm this or whatever. But the thing is, Shifter still does this thing, so next time we can probably still kill them. But this is just to guarantee it, right, in case they have any sort of like follow-up afterwards or something. So off Gigantic, we go and summon the blue, the Caddy. Summon Caddy here because we are probably not going to want to, special out the Melffy Mummy here. just because we want to summon out the Herald instead to recur the Shifter. If they do manage to break the board, we still have Shifter, so they'll be playing on the Shifter essentially for 4 turns, potentially for 6. And Jet is going to search starter here. Typically, I would search smashes, but against the Viking deck, I've been trying a different, siding pattern, which is side out the smashes, because under Shifter, you have to banish a Spright from hand instead, unless you already have one in grave, which is impossible if you already activate Shifter. And so starter is the better choice here. I'll probably grab starter every time. Instead of like Gamma Burst, smashes is sided out, so you can't even grab that. Also, the starter just provides you a bit of protection against evenly, which is seeing a little bit of play now. So starter to bring up blue here, blue searches carrot. And then here we're going to overlay and make the Herald. So Herald, actually a really underrated card, especially with Shifter. It's so good, right? Like I feel like Spright and Flu are the only 2 decks that can recur Shifter, and that is so strong against the Viking deck. Once you have everything in rotation. So they can't even caught by you because, well, they can. Yeah, they can. They can caught by you during their turn to negate it, but they probably... No, they won't be able to if you herald it first. Yeah. So they can't do anything against it. It's so good. Because you de-shifter during your turn, right? Unless they set it first, but you already have carrot online as well by then. So it should be all good. And then we can just put back the Fenrir that, the free value that you got from Fenrir searching, just put it back. And next turn you can do the same thing again. You basically don't neg at all. So add back Shifter, put back the Fenrir, and then special the carrot. And this is our end boss. Nasty against the Viking deck. They'll have to have like multiple board breaker cards of some sort, and they'll need to play through Shifter, which is, I think, borderline impossible for them unless they open. I don't quite remember which ones need to trigger when they popped in the graveyard, but yeah. They can probably get like a couple of big bodies on field at best. Maybe like a Typhon, but I don't think some of them play Typhon. Normal Avada. And we'll bring it back. I might as well show you guys the rest of this, of how this played out, just so you can see with the interactions between everything. But normal summon Avada, I tried to get the Omni from Caddy by bouncing it back to hand. He uses Avada effect, popping the Poplar, and then we'll go New Chain, Fenrir, but I forgot that he had a... Well, I didn't know, right? So I assumed that it was fine. He goes Ponix effect on Resolution, and I go Fenrir effect on Res, banish the Avada. I think I thought about it here because initially I wanted to play around Kirin, so I thought about like not doing it here, but on the Ponix summon I realized, oh, like if he's activating Ponix, then he's gonna potentially search Skyburn anyways, and that would just dodge whatever I Fenrir, so that wouldn't work. So I have to banish here and just risk it, and it goes through, which is good. Search a Sanctuary anyways, and from here it's pretty much GG. You can make a couple plays, but like nothing really does anything, right? Like I thought it was just baiting out or trying to bait me out by using carrot on something random. Maybe get talents in hand afterwards, because he did use a game 1. So I was just waiting it out, seeing if he could actually do anything. And he couldn't. So I looked away from my screen at this point here. So I thought that he added the wanted from Poplar, which of course he can't because he can only add a Snake Eye card, and this is not a Snake Eye card, it is a Sinful Spoils card. But yeah, no, I misread that because I looked away, and that's all good. I checked the logs after. And he activates Island, and there's not much else he can do here, so that is game. So if we were to play this through, let's say he makes like an IP or something, tries to attack something, I don't know, whatever, right? Next turn on my draw phase, I'll probably just Shifter again, and then Gigantic Effect, summon Blue, Jet, search, Gamma Burst, and just attack for game. Assuming that he clears my field, otherwise, like, doesn't matter, right? I could, I don't know, make a Link as well. Shifter, really good card, as long as you can recur it as well with Herald to guarantee the win. It's insane. Alright, if you guys have any video ideas, once again, let me know, and thank you so much for the support once again, and take care. Bye.